It's been a hot and dry stretch lately, and over the weekend those conditions contributed to a fire just northwest of Oak Hammock Marsh. To fill us in on what happened and how things are looking now, we're joined by Jacques Bourgeois from Oak Hammock Marsh. Good morning, Jacques. Bonjour.
Good morning, Rachel.
Thanks for joining us. Now, we could see the marsh is safe behind you, but what was it like yesterday?
Well, you can actually still see a bit of a burning right now. We got a bit of a scare last night around 8:15. One of our staff who lives nearby saw lots of flames coming from around the center. So she drove up here and she saw that there was a pretty large fire about 200 or 300 meters away from the building. Likely started by a lightning strike, which I guess was a few strings of lightning coming through the area last night. And they got bigger and bigger, so they called the fire crews, and they came and they stayed until around midnight last night or so to make sure it stayed contained and they didn't come close to the building. Luckily, the wind was actually on our side and basically helped push the fire further away. But I mean, there's still some smoldering this morning. I'd say the area that was burned is probably about a quarter of a section. And from the pictures last night, I thought it was much further, but it's actually quite close to the building.
Yeah, and that building is brand new as well, right?
That's right. We're 2 weeks away from our grand reopening, so that was a bit of a scary situation.
I guess. Well, I'm glad everything's okay. So let's just talk about the way things are looking out there right now. Are you finding the marsh is drier than usual?
It is really dry, especially for this time of the year. This is when things start to usually green up, but it seems like it's taking a little time to do so. And those create, I guess, ideal condition for fire to start and spread. So hopefully we have a few days of rains coming up ahead in the forecast, so that might help with the fire situation. But right now, it's still a bit of a tinderbox. So we're trying to make sure that people don't use any kind of fire, like any kind of spark could light a fire. So at this point, there's a big fire ban in the region, so we don't do any banning, we don't do any program here with fire. So we're trying to play it safe.
Okay, let's remind people how marshes, just like the one you're at right now, are so important when it comes to climate change and helping our planet.
Well, there's a few things that wetlands can do. They can actually, in times of drought like this, they will provide a place for wildlife to use water. And there's lots of birds, lots of geese right now using the marsh, for example. It also, if there's too much water in the landscape, it will actually absorb the excess moisture and slowly release it throughout the summertime. So it actually alleviates the effect of drought that way as well. It prevents erosion, it prevents flooding, it cleans the water naturally, provides habitat for wildlife. It's actually a fantastic place to explore. And as you mentioned, we're just about to reopen our big center here after 19 months of constructions and renovations. So very excited to welcome the people back here to showcase what Marsh is all about.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what's going to be different about this brand new facility compared to the old one.
Well, for one thing, we've added a new event and conference center. Basically took over a lot of the Ducks Limited office space to convert into an event and a conference center for people to enjoy. Like we have like weddings and conference and things like that with a fantastic view of the marsh. All of the exhibits are brand new. A cafe has been completely revamped. The theater has been revamped. So it's going to be a total new experience for visitors.
Okay, let's go back to the fires yesterday. So we know that they are pretty much controlled for today, but the wind is still a factor. Have you seen winds like this before, and are you concerned that that fire can spark up again?
Well, there's definitely been lots of wind here at the marsh. It's a nice, big, wide open area prone to lots of wind. As far as the fire spreading, again, I see there's still a few places where there's fire smoldering. There's a couple of areas with smoke, but it seems it's far from the building now, and it's surrounded by water. So I think it's pretty safe at this point.
So you'll be open today?
We're open today. I'm going to be doing some programs very shortly.